Anyone out there who actually remembers Mario Monopoly Gamer? And the reason why I know that, because I actually have it. Yes, Mario actually did have a Mario Monopoly Gamer board pretty much back in the day, and it was fun, and pretty much I still have it, and even though I haven't really technically played it for a long time, I still remember being the most fun and awesome freaking Monopoly Gamer game in existence. Not to also mention that I also do have the Mario Kart Monopoly Gamer as well, alongside that I also have a Pac-Man Monopoly. Not Monopoly Gamer in that sense, but it's still very satisfying. Now, what would actually happen if we actually got in another Mario Monopoly gamer, but in a different kind of theme or setting or something like that along the line? I'm talking about literally a fresh new Mario Monopoly gamer board set. One that involves with new bosses, new characters, and new, of course, settings along the lines, and of course, new places for people to, and stuff. You see that in the original Mario Monopoly Gamer, if you have that, for example, if you actually have the full set, you could also play as Bowser as well. And when you actually play as Bowser, it actually removes the final boss Bowser himself and actually replaces with it his son, Bowser Jr. But other than that, that's pretty much basically all it. Sure, yes, they actually also have like other different playable characters that you could also play as, like Fire Mario, Boo, Rosalina. All of those characters are pretty good, and pretty much they have their very own unique abilities. So, here's what I did. I decided to actually create, well, not really create, but actually made an idea that I've written up a very long time ago. Yes, it's one of those again. I've written up so many things, it's not funny. What exactly this new Mario Monopoly gamer could look like. Now, technically speaking, the theme is going to be set by doing this particular way of doing it. So, first off, whenever you actually go around the board, just like how the original Mario Monopoly Gamer works, is that you'll actually have to face the boss every single time when you go past go. Now, this is also applied doing the exact same thing also with the Sonic the Hedgehog Monopoly Gamer, which also has the exact same thing, but there's a little bit of a difference. You actually get to collect Chaos Emeralds after defeating that particular boss. That is, if you roll the highest number to actually beat the bosses and then get the Chaos Emerald. If you fail to roll the highest number than that boss, then guess what? You don't get the Chaos Emerald. So I'm also going to provide a little bit of that something very similar as well, because in the Sonic Monopoly game you get to collect the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and I think also the Master Emerald as well, if I remember. So, what kind of collectibles does Mario actually collect specifically? Well, Power Stars. It's literally the only thing that Mario does most of the time when it came to past platformer Mario games in 3D, like Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and so on and so forth. So that's what we're pretty much going to be doing. We're going to actually have this Mario Monopoly gamer have the players to collect Power Stars, but not just any type of Power Stars. We're talking about the Power Stars specifically from Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Now, just a bit of a scrap moment here that I also thought about, gathering up the Sprixies from Super Mario 3D World, if you remember that. You could also have those kind of representation of that as well, if you want, or, I don't know. It goes, whatever floats your boat. But we're going to be having the characters, the game, be able to collect 8 different types of Power Stars. Those that also involve with variant different colors. Now, of course, some of these actually may not exist because most of these actually don't exist except for these particular stars, which I will mention right now. So, let's just go ahead and just start off with the particular Power Stars and the bosses that you would have to fight when going past the go space every time throughout the entire game. Starting off as the first star collector you actually get to collect, it would actually be a bronze star. Now, if you don't know what a bronze star is, it's basically a star that if you have a hard time with a level, you actually get to see this like cosmic clone version of Rosalina, and she technically like guides you throughout the entire level. And if that happens, well, guess what? You get a bronze star instead of a power star. So that's basically going to be the starter star that you'll be getting when playing the game of Monopoly Gamer, of this new version of Mario, Monopoly Gamer. And the first boss that you'll be fighting against specifically will be Spicy Caliente. Yep, I'm not talking about the original Caliente, I'm talking about the Spicy Caliente, which basically is the upgraded version to King Caliente in Super Mario Galaxy 1. Now, when it comes to this boss, I feel like you can either give this boss, roll a 3 or a higher for this one. I think that seems to be pretty reasonable enough to say that that's at least a decent way to start off with the first boss for a Bronze Star. Now, the second star that you'll be collecting after that, and the second boss that you'll be facing will be, of course, be just a normal power star for you to collect. After the Bronze Star, the boss you'll be having to fight against this one is going to be Carmella from the Super Mario Galaxy 1 boss fights again. This would also pretty much make a lot of sense, because even though technically that Kamek would also make a valuable boss to be able to counter, to play against, you could also probably put Carmella because she's a lot more powerful and a little bit more advanced than the original Kamek. For her, you could probably give her, roll a 4 or higher for this one, at least. Or unless you want to say, roll a 3 or 4 or higher, I don't know. The choice is yours. Onto collectible star number 3, we're actually going to be making this a green star this time, and you know how I'm a big fan of green stars since my last video about Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Super Mario 3D World. The green star that you'll have to take it from is going to be Petey Piranha. And since that Petey Piranha is a pretty broken character, you're going to have to probably at least roll a 4 or higher. You know how tough Petey Piranha can be, so you don't want to mess that roll up. Then, of course, we move on to the next Power Star, which is going to be a red Power Star this time. If you don't know, in Super Mario Galaxy 1, there is a specific Power Star, which is called the Red Power Star, that you can do with a special challenge that you could do from asking from a red Luma. So yeah, this is going to be the collectible to this new Mario Monopoly gamer as well to this. And the boss that you have to fight against this one is going to be Flame Dino Piranha with this one. Yes, 2 piranhas in one Monopoly board game. Not even kidding when I say that, but I think Flame Dino Piranha is going to be bringing up more of a challenge than the original. For him, you could probably give him roll a 4 or 5 plus higher. I'll give it that option. You could probably change the order if you want that one too. I don't know. The choice is yours. So yeah, get ready for that one, because that one's going to be really tough to deal with. Now the next one is going to be a little bit weird, because this star is not really an existing collectible, but I'll give it in anyways. I call this one a blue star, even though technically a blue power star has never existed in the entire Super Mario Galaxy franchise. I mean, to be fair, it pretty much works because, there are so many different power stars you could probably collect in different colors that are based on the Lumas. You got the red Luma for the red power star, you got the green Lumas for the green power stars. Why not just do it for the rest of the other Lumas that exist around in the entire world of Mario Galaxy, huh? So yeah, pretty much I had that kind of idea going. Even though it doesn't exist, I feel like it should be a thing. I think it should exist. Now, the enemy that you'll have to fight to get this blue power star is going to be Goopa Bloopa from the Mario Sunshine series, or wherever else he basically shows up. Mostly he would show up in Mario Tennis games, mostly all the time. But I feel like this would make sense because Goopa Bloopa, well, he's got blue spots and also he does live underwater, so this would probably make a very fair enough choice. For Goopa Bloopa, you would actually have to roll a 5 or higher this time, so a little bit tougher than the others. Onto collectible star number 6. I'm gonna be calling this one a pink power star. I know you may think I'm running out of ideas at this rate, but at this point, this is supposedly supposed to reference the pink hungry Lumas that exist in the game. Because most of the hungry Lumas that you usually get to see are usually pink, especially in Super Mario Galaxy 2. Those are the ones that basically create planets or other particular items that you can actually get, or even create other galaxies. Feed them enough star bits, and guess what? You'll get your new planet or galaxy. Along with other items, of course. Now, the particular boss that you have to fight for the pink power star is going to be Maiden Brambasaur, which is apparently from Super Mario Galaxy 2. This boss fight, it was one of the most interesting boss fights ever in Super Mario Galaxy 2. You basically have to ground pound her stomach in order to deal her damage. So yeah, this one's going to be a little bit interesting, and you're probably gonna. I'm gonna actually give her roll a 5 or higher for this one as well. Okay, so here we go. Now we're up to boss number 7 and collectible star number 7. This one's going to be a purple power star. Whether that's going to be like some sort of corrupted version of a power star, or it could just be regularly purple. I really don't know, but that would be pretty cool. The boss that you have to compete against this one after collecting the other 6 would actually be Shadow Mario, or particularly speaking, a cosmic clone. And boy, when I tell you, the cosmic clones are absolutely annoying. I'm going to be going for the purple shadow clones for this one in particular also, because that also makes sense, because if you're going to be dealing with a enemy that's purple and a star that's going to be a star that's going to be purple as a collectible, you might as well give out the purple shadow clones, specifically from maybe Super Mario 3D Land, if I recall, which is specifically on the 3DS. This one will be tough. I feel like with this one, I'll give them the option. I'll give them the challenge to roll them a 5 or 6 in this one. Roll a 5 or 6 in order to beat this boss to get that star. Now, the final boss that I actually wanted to do particular was gonna be pretty cool. Even though this character never exactly existed in the Mario Galaxy series, I was actually hoping that this at some point may actually come to existence, which by the way, I will actually be talking about in another video mentioning about him. I'm talking about the Dark Star, aka Dark Bowser from Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. His star that you'll have to grab is obviously a Grand Star, one of the biggest stars in the entire game. For this one, you will 100% have to roll a 6, just a 6. Fail to roll that 6, and you lose, and then obviously the game I think would probably pretty much be over. And I am a massive fan of Dark Bowser, so yeah, I'm giving it the honor to become the hardest boss that you have to beat in this new Mario Monopoly gamer idea that I came up with. Okay, now that that's finally over, let's think about the playable characters. Now, unfortunately, I don't know whether I can do, like, the special abilities of each of the specific characters, if you know what I mean. I could just talk about the characters alone as players, but having their special abilities is also a bit of a interesting choice as well. You know how like in the original Mario Monopoly Gamer, they actually give you these dice blocks as well, which actually involved with specific items. Now that's the other thing. I actually never came this far into coming up with this specific idea. So unfortunately, I'm gonna let that idea come up with you guys to figure out, you know, what particular items can this item dice block involve with? Can it evolve with the spring mushroom, the boulder mushroom, the ice flower, fire flower, green shell, red shell, lightning bolt, the cloud flower, the rainbow star power-up, or even some of the Yoshi items as well, like the blimp fruit, the red hot pepper, the glowing bulb fruit. Literally, I'm giving the choices up to you. So yeah, literally these are the characters that I specifically chose for this particular board, for the actual original playable characters. Mario, obviously, it's the only one and only good choice. Boo Luigi, which is actually going to be really cool. I would love to see Boo Luigi with this one. B Luigi would be a pretty nice touch as well. Luba, if you don't know who Luba is the big purple Luma from Super Mario Galaxy 2. Absolute GOAT. I love her. She's absolutely awesome. And of course, we can't forget the original Rosalina from the games as well. Why not? I'm also bringing up Master Luma, which is the cream-colored Luma, which some people call it the baby Luma as well. So I'm bringing up that one as well too. And of course, another version for Mario as well, since I haven't mentioned one yet, Boulder Mario. Boulder Mario would be pretty sick, and I feel like that would be a really cool Mario archetype to work with. Now, in particular, if you're thinking about having playable bosses as well, good luck with that. So I've only managed to come up with a few of these that could be potential playable bosses in this as well. So here we go. Now, some of them may actually have like maybe the bosses that I just mentioned a while ago in the first part of the video. Well, there'll also be some other particular bosses that I have actually not mentioned yet, so get ready for it. So the first playable boss that you could actually play on the board would obviously be Dark Bowser. I mean, come on. If we're gonna freaking have Dark Bowser as the final boss, you might as well make Dark Bowser also a playable character for this new Mario Monopoly Gamer board as well. Come on. You did it with Bowser in the original and replaced it with Bowser Jr. Do the exact same thing with, literally do the exact same thing with Dark Bowser. I just don't know exactly who I can actually replace. Actually, no, wait. Character that I actually replaced it with specifically is actually that Icy Boar character who is also from Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I'll show him to you right now. This guy right here. You might recognize him. I'm actually playing the game myself, even just on the original DS version. And yeah, this is the guy that I'm talking about. I can't remember his name. I have to put it up on the video, but yeah. But he's gonna be the final replacement boss if you're gonna be playing him as Dark Bowser. Now, I also provided another character in particular with this one. I actually I thought that making Camelo also as a playable character boss as well to the board would also be pretty cool as well. And for her, I actually decided the character that can replace her in particular would be Lack of Thunder from the new Super Mario Bros. DS game, or King Lakitu, who is specifically the boss from Super Mario Galaxy 2. You could either pick one of those two in replacement of Camilla. To me, I am not too fussed. It's all good. Now, again, I haven't exactly thought about, what particular abilities that, Dark Bowser or Camilla could have as playable characters. So, sorry about that. Again, I'll let those ideas spread out to you guys. So, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. And yeah, I think, speaking of, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think actually in general about what do you think about this idea that I actually came up with, the bosses that I picked. And also, if anything, you can pretty much pick like any of the particular galaxies that, you could pick up as well. If like which ones you want to pick for the board for people to, buy these specific areas. I know I haven't exactly covered them all. I know there's like a bunch of them, like, Yoshi Galaxy, or like, Bowser Jr.'s Boomsday Galaxy, Bowser's Generated Galaxy. I feel like I'm just making this up as I'm going along, but I'm trying to freaking remember the names as I possibly can. So yeah, I'm letting this go to you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and what are the levels specifically that the players can move around and buy particular on the board. And let me know everything else also as well overall about what do you think about these ideas that I came up with for this new Mario Monopoly Gamer. I feel like at this rate it's kind of like it's like a Super Mario Galaxy Gamer, Monopoly Gamer at this point. So I feel like that's what it really should be, to be honest. So I might probably change the title of that if I do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. Click on the notification bell to never miss a video. And as always, my name is Mad Dog. Stay safe, stay healthy. And as always, may your days be mad and rad.